Hello, welcome. It's time to talk about p-tau. So as you know, Dr. Light discussed in his most recent video that we are entering a new era of diagnosing Alzheimer. And we're talking decades sooner than we thought. So Dr. Light recently tested his p-tau. And for those that don't remember, p-tau is actually a modified form of the tau protein found in the brain, and it becomes abnormal and clumped together and gets tangled in Alzheimer's. So these tangles can actually disrupt the cell function. And one of the hallmark changes that we see in Alzheimer's is those tangles. So we can now do a blood test that can measure certain p-taus, p-tau 181 and 217. And Dr. Light tested his 217, and this can show up decades before you'll see clinical symptoms of it. Well, thankfully, his was normal. Haven't done mine yet. I'm somewhat almost a little scared because, oh my gosh, I really have to do right and be healthy. So, but I'll work my nerve up and test mine and let you know what I get. So we now have a fingerprint for Alzheimer's disease. And why is that important? Because we're dealing with over 7 million Americans in 2025 are living with Alzheimer's. And it's predicted to double by 2060. So have we tested it before? We do PET scans, they check cerebral spinal fluid. That's not necessarily cost effective or easily accessible. So these blood-based biomarkers are our way to do that. And so there's got to be some guidelines that have to fall into place in order for insurance to start covering it. There are new studies where they're doing therapies that are targeting towards these p-taus, and so we need to know those actual p-tau levels in order to see the treatment response when we're targeting those tau proteins. So exciting new information on how we can approach preventing certainly any progression or catching it soon enough, and do everything we can to help. So really appreciate Dr. Light taking the big step and doing this test. It's somewhat